everyone. Today I'm going to talk about ebbing and flowing. And what I mean by ebbing and flowing is in life, we ebb, we flow. And all of us ebb and flow, and doesn't matter who you are. If you're human, you're in these bodies, we're going to have highs and lows, and hopefully it's just like this wave, right? Instead of, and that's what it's been for me lately, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. I'm not sure how you guys have been feeling. It's been an interesting fall, and I will just say, just a lot of energy and a lot of, I don't know, a lot of stuff has come up, and triggers, pushing my buttons, and it's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you're done with that? And it's great. It's great information. It's great feedback because we can learn so much. And if life was always rosy and perfect, what would we learn? It'd be so boring, right? So I will just say that these things come along. 1 minute we're happy, and the next minute, and it can be the simplest little thing that comes along, and it could be something that somebody said or did, and we're triggered, and we go from this happy Zen place, and we can just go boom. And so that happened to me like a little over a week ago now, and it came on. I was in a really good place. It was a week before my event, and I was like, okay, I'm really solid here. I have this week to prepare for my event, and I have everything almost ready, and it just felt really good. And I was in a really solid place, and something arose and came, and it came at me, and a text, and it triggered me for whatever reason out of the blue, and I was literally like, alarm bells were going off, ding, 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 and it was like fight or flight, fight or flight, fight or flight, and it was just an old thing that I thought I had totally put behind me and healed and was better, and it just triggered me, and I went off. It just was like super uncomfortable, and I was feeling unsettled, and I was feeling that old wound of like not good enough, and all the old stuff just got brought up, and yeah, I'll just say for sure, I'm not good enough wound, and wanting people to like me, include me, and whatever it is, that people pleasing, whatever your trigger is, and it's just, you think you're good, and then boom, a situation happens, and you're right back there, and it was even bigger for me this time. And I think what happened, now looking back, I can see that it was really good for me, and it was like perfect timing, because it was the week before my event that I was going to speak about mastering your mind and emotions, and of course it's perfect because the teacher can go through this and experience it and feel it, and then even able to explain it and share it even more and relate with everyone in the room, right? And so this is what happened for me. Like I've learned from my teachers or my coach, that when you have these strong emotions that come up and you feel this resistance, the best thing you can do is just sit in it, and you can just stop and pause and just go be like, okay, I'm feeling this, and not to get so attached to it, and not to get not to start analyzing it and figuring it out, and just be like, okay, I'm feeling these emotions of not good enough or whatever, and to sit in it instead of grabbing your phone and start scrolling through Facebook or calling a friend and being like, I just need to vent. And I mean, you can do these things. I'm not saying you can't, but if you really want to heal it and really want to go to the depth of what it is, I'm just telling you from my experience, it's great just to not numb it out, to not push it away, to just be in it. And it's super duper uncomfortable, and it's not fun. And yeah, I mean, another ways to get out of it would be to go exercise, or drink some wine, or whatever it is, watch Netflix, whatever your go-to is to actually numb it out. And so I had this happen, and I decided I'm going to sit with it, and I sat with it for 2 days, and finally I was like, okay, I've got to pull out of this, because I have an event. I have to get ready for this. I have to be in a good place. And I was just in this panic mode, fight or flight, right? And I told my coach who I'm working with, and I just said, listen, I'm going to go meditate, like, peace out. And she was like, Deb, whatever you do, you need to just sit there, and you need to just let this move itself through. And so I didn't go meditate. It eventually dissolved, and 3 or 4 days later, I will tell you, on the other side of this, it was like freedom, and it was like clarity, and I just felt like $1 million. And I was like, oh my gosh, so I will just say, if this is happening for you this fall, there's just a lot happening in 2019 going into 2020. It's a new decade, and we are asked to not bring in the old and to release what's not serving us anymore into this new decade. And things are just coming and coming for us to know and realize that we still have this old stuff that we're hanging on to. So the best thing we can do is just acknowledge it. First of all, acknowledge, feel, sit, and be, if you can. And so I highly recommend it. It's absolutely glorious on the other side. I've been on a high ever since. My weekend event was just off the charts. I was so in the zone, and I was just so calm, and I had no fear, and it was just miraculous. I loved it. And so I wanted to share that with you today. Ebbing and flowing, right? And I will tell you, it was this for me. And it's okay. It's okay. We cannot flow if we don't ebb. And we won't enjoy the light if we don't go through the dark. So if we can just release the idea of those things being so bad, and just be like, yeah, this happens in life, and this is how we grow, and this is how we move forward, we'll be able to go through it a little bit more easily with grace and love, and not resistance. We're not resisting it. We're just allowing and being. So that's my message today. Reach out if you had a similar experience about a week ago. I talked to several people who felt the same way at my weekend workshop. People were like, yep, resonating. So reach out and tell me your story. I'd love to hear it. I love when you guys reply on the emails too, to let me know how you're doing. That I love hearing what's going on in your world. So thank you for doing that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Super appreciate that, and have a great day. Until next time.